Hello and welcome everybody to my PoGo Journey podcast, episode number 5. A podcast about Pokemon Go players, where they came from, what motivates them to play the game, and how they got into it, why they keep playing. I am Juic3This. Across the screen we have Mr. AECORONA10, and today's guest is MrPillow46 from the lovely state of Georgia. And without further ado, Mr. Pillow, how are you doing today? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am doing fantastic this morning, and had a lovely morning waking up and having a nice cup of joe.
Excellent.
So, Mr. Pillow, the following questions are going to be yes or no questions. Ask as quickly as you can. If you want to elaborate in any of them, try to keep it short. So,
Okay.
did you ever play the main series games?
Of course.
Does your partner play Pogo?
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Like that yes was like, yes, yeah.
So when I got back and we met, we played. And then when I got more involved with the community, she did not play no more.
So what about currently? Does she play?
No.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
No.
Do you have any shundos?
Yes.
Have you ever been through the Panama Canal or to the Panama Canal?
Nope.
Do you set yourself a budget for Pogo?
Yes.
Do you have any pets?
Yeah, of course.
What are they?
Oh, where are you? It's Marquez the cat.
Nice. Do you have any Pokestops or gyms at work?
None.
Have you ever had Texas barbecue?
Yes.
All right. So, Juice, can you continue us with the icebreaker to see if we get chat to talk to us today?
So, while we ask the next couple of questions, chat, we'd like you to dive in and give us some of your thoughts on what you think the Mr. Pillow's total raids are, legendary raids, kilometers walked, how many catches they've done, how many stops they've spun, and what you think their XP is. And then while we do that, and while we wait for chat to kind of throw out some of those numbers for us, Mr. Pillow, what do you consider your playstyle? Or what type of player are you? You know, are you a battler? Are you an explorer? Are you a collector? Are you just in it just as a social player? What kind of tell us a little bit about your style and what you like to do?
So I'm like a bag of everything. I just can't stick to one thing. I've involved myself with the whole game itself.
So a little bit of everything.
Oh yes. It's like I really don't pick one to like really focus on. I do just about everything.
So a balanced player. That's kind of when I look at the game. That's what I enjoy myself. So, why did you start playing? Because now it's like I wanna get into that because you said that your wife started playing, but like she doesn't play as much anymore or not at all. So it's like, how was Mr. Pillow's origin story in Pokemon Go?
Well, Pokemon Go. So of course, it was influenced with the title of Pokemon, and I was always a big fan of Pokemon. And I believe a friend from Japan had the beta, and it was before Pokemon Go was like launched. So he was playing, and I kept staring at it, and I was like, "What is this?" He said, "It's a beta of Pokemon Go," and I was like, "Huh." Cool. So when it released, I didn't download it at first. I watched them play it. Then from that, I was influenced. Then I downloaded it and started playing with them.
So, any more guesses in chat? Because I always like to ask the question like, when was your start date, and did you have your starter Pokemon like right after why they started playing? So it's like we get a little bit better picture.
Mhm.
Okay, Debbie is saying champion 16,000, 500,000 catches. Okay, some guesses in chat. Juice, do you have any guesses yourself? I know you are not here whenever we put them in.
That's a. I would say probably at least a solid 2,000 of the normal raids as far as the legendaries go. Good lord, I would say a solid 15 kilometers. I'm gonna go with like a 20k kilometer there. Catches. I would say probably the 300,000 mark on catches. Spins probably 180, maybe 190. XP I don't have a clue. You know,
So let's.
at least 600 million, something like that.
All right. So let's start. Normal raids we have 5,319.
Ooh,
Legendaries we have 9,943. Kilometers walk we have 11,981.
ooh, so I'm overshooting here.
Catches we have 238,396.
Not bad.
Spins. Hey, this is for a graph. We need to start getting that graph going.
Yep.
85,355. I know. I was surprised too.
That's not bad. That's really interesting because that's much lower compared
We
to
will.
everybody
Yeah.
else.
We'll,
Everybody else was.
we'll ask him. I asked him. We'll ask him here in a minute. And last but not least, XP. I mean, what? You need a casual 176 million to be level 50. He's at 301,956,081 XP as far as this morning before the 3 catches that he did on stream. So, Mr. Pillow, what was your start date? And do you still have your starter Pokemon? Now I can ask that.
No, I do not have my starter, Charmander. He is now Candy and been used for others. But I started in July 8th.
If you don't mind, you can show us. That's why it's like I didn't ask earlier because usually like we can see it on screen and like it shows your XP and the other stats that we just asked you.
Absolutely.
Oh,
That is its start.
July 8th, day 3 in the U.S. But you mentioned Japan? So did you start in Japan?
No. My friend, he's real cool. He's from SCAD, and he was playing like the beta of Pokemon Go, and I was like, "What is this?" And then he was telling me you explore and you walk, and I was like, "Huh, that's different from like the platform games." And he's like, "Yeah, it's still fun." And then when he downloaded it, I was hanging out with him, and then I was like, "That's kind of cool." So then I ended up downloading it.
Nice. Juice, have we talked about how did you started playing or like why did you started playing in the podcast?
On my end.
Yeah, I know I mentioned it before. Why I started or how did I download? Like what is your story?
So when Pokemon Go released, I was not in the U.S. I was in the middle of the ocean because that's what we do. And so Pokemon Go released while I was in New York, I do believe. I want to say it was somewhere around that time. We were in New York when we had pulled in, and I saw people wandering around Central Park with their phones. Oh, you've got a Pikachu on your head. And I'm just like, the heck is this? Because hadn't heard anything about it. Whatever. Didn't really think too much of it. My phone at the time didn't have battery life to be mucking about with that as we were trying to take the subway and everything else. Being a Texan, going through New York's subway system required a cell phone. We weren't doing the map thing because I didn't understand what I was doing. Just Google Maps was showing me where we were at. And so it wasn't until I got back, like almost 2 months later, basically, and Bird had been playing while I was gone. It was like, "Hey, have you heard about this?" I was like, "Yeah, I heard about it." She's like, "I've been playing it. It's kind of interesting. You should download it." And so I was like, "All right, cool." So I downloaded it and we started playing. So my start date was August 22nd of 2016. So a little bit after, but that was like I said, that was when I actually got home and had the option to really start playing.
Nice. So back to Mr. Pill. I just feel like some people probably are curious about our own answers and we haven't gave them like any sort of things about us. So we might as well sneak in some here and there so they have to watch all the episodes to gather all of our stories or our journeys. Excuse me.
I
Uh,
think that's I think that's super cool because that it's like what the game was meant to be based on was the friendship. It brings a happy, fun, great way of exploring with your friends.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
so, what keeps you playing, Mr. Pillow? Since it's been 6 years and it seems that you're 50, you got pretty good stats. So, what keeps you playing?
Oh, the community, you all. That's what keeps me playing.
So, tell us a little bit about your community, either your online community or physical community, because I know you move back
Hmm.
to where you play most of your career per se.
Hmm.
So tell us a little bit about your communities and how you balance them, because yeah, like if you're with your friends in person, how do you combine that with your online friends and whatnot?
Oh, it's so in Savannah, Georgia, and Savannah's like a real small city. It's super relaxed, and I have always found like it was a relief just to go and explore and be able to learn more of the city that I didn't know about and see like the beautiful atmosphere and with meeting with different people that also play the game, I managed to gain friends that I never thought I'd ever meet. Uh, it's definitely been a fun, great experience. Now, one person I've met to become more on like the remote friends, I have to give all the credit to April because when she had came to Savannah, she was looking for a group to raid with, which then I ran into her. And then April then was telling me about the outside community from Kansas, and that's when she mentioned you. And then she brought me in, and it just I really am happy because of that. Really am.
Ooh, April coming up again. So if you guys want to see an
Mhm.
episode with April, you might as well just leave it in the comments below.
I would love to see an episode of April.
That is a tough cookie. We have been working on it since day zero. So um, all right. So Juice, what else you got for Pillow at this time?
So, what's your spirit Pokemon? Which one do you relate with the most? And then also, or typing if you don't have a specific. And then, what's your favorite in Pokemon Go specifically?
So, spirit Pokemon, I have to say Pikachu.
Hey, we still haven't had a repeat, I don't think, so far. So that's all
No, not
right.
yet.
That's great.
Yeah, I love Pikachu because how he's like super energetic, super playful, always wanted to be like a buddy buddy and make sure that his friends are good and protect them.
Cool. Cool.
And this is based off like the TV series Pikachu.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
What about typing? What's your favorite type of Pokemon?
Oh, fire.
All right, nice. We're starting to get diversity on our answers. We had a lot of
Mhm.
dragons earlier on.
Yep, a lot of dragon going on.
Dragon's popular. Dragon is really popular and it's super powerful in the mainstream.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
And
How
again,
did you how did you choose your in-game name?
Oh, so here's a funny story. MrPillow46 was not my first name.
Oh,
Ah,
okay. So let's just go back a step and tell us what was your original name, how you picked it, and then we can dive into why you changed it.
All right, here we go. We're going back in time. Can anyone guess what was my original name?
Probably something to do with your name.
Yeah, okay, you know this.
So probably Marcus something 69 or something like that.
Uh,
I don't know
believe
what your. I didn't know you changed your name. I didn't know you before Mr. Pillow. So yeah. So I'm actually like on the edge of my seat right now. I'm like, oh, interesting.
my original name was Marcus Allen,
Okay.
and
And
that's what I have some friends that trade it, and I have my wife's account has my Pokemon that has my original in-game name.
Oh.
So, how do you came up with the name?
So this is great. So my wife, before when we were just boyfriend and girlfriend, we would hang out with each other, and she would always say, "Hey, you're like a Mr. Pillow. You're always comforting everyone."
Oh,
And I was like, "Huh." So she kept referring to me as Mr. Pillow. She was the only one that referred to me as Mr. Pillow. Then I was like, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna put that, change my name out, and put Mr. Pillow. And then I tried it, and like we mentioned before, someone had the name, so I had to come up with a number. So I came up with my race number, 46.
okay. So elaborate on that. Like, okay, race. That sounds fun. So what kind of racing are we talking about?
A superbike racing on circuit.
Ooh.
Nice.
Fast and loud.
Um, Going back to you said your spirit Pokemon was Pikachu, but what is your favorite Pokemon in Pokemon Go?
Charizard.
he doesn't. He doesn't even hesitate with this question. Say, no,
Yep.
I got it. Charizard.
No hesitation there.
I've always been brought up and always was a big fan of Charizard, and even the card. That was like, I'll tell y'all later about that. But yeah, Charizard.
No,
was
no,
my
go
favorite.
ahead. Don't hesitate. Just tell us because probably you can forget later. So yeah, go ahead about the cards. What about Charizard and cards?
So on the original 151 trading cards, Harlow Charizard was the last card I got to finish my decks.
Wow.
Interesting.
It was super. I had to trade like so many of my duplicate hollows just to obtain that from a friend.
Wow.
Okay. And this is what? When were the cards released? You know, it's like now I need to learn about TCG. Like, while we're doing this.
1997? 1997?
I was gonna say 98, but yeah, 97 probably sounds about.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I think you're right. It's 98 because 97 was released in Japan. 98 was US.
Let's go. All right. So okay. So Charizard was your last card. Okay, that's like my last. What was your last Pokemon in Pokemon Go to catch from 151? Then, like outside, you know, the legendaries. Like, what was your last Pokemon like from Kanto?
So my last Pokemon for Kanto was a regional, and when we had the egg event to where they put the regionals in, I think Mr. Mime was the last one I hatched to complete the Kanto.
And outside the regionals, because yeah, I'm like I remember mine was Lapras. I went all the way to Iowa for Lapras, and I got it like on January of 2017 because Lapras like barely spawned in Kansas City, and I couldn't hatch it to save my life. So
I got a funny story about you mentioned about hatching it. When I got back to playing in the game during Eevee's first community day, my buddy started playing and he hatched a Lapras from a 10K egg, I think it was.
yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know you can hatch those.
Oh yeah, back in the day we didn't have the pretty picture of what you can get out of your eggs like we do now.
Yeah.
So
We're
just
more
like
privileged.
just like mentioned yesterday, like the little steps to trying to find the elusive Pokemon with the 3, 2, 1 steps. I wish that feature they'll bring it back a little bit, but the Pokestops or whatever is a little bit easier now.
Mm-hmm. So,
How-
have you changed your team, or were you always Valor, and how did you choose that adventure?
Ooh, so I was always Valor. Always Valor. And the reason behind that is because back in the day, you had the option to choose blue or red. And of course, Charizard was red, so I was like, I'm going red.
Question: What about yellow? Yellow was also an option at the beginning.
I'm not a fan of yellow. I've never been a fan of yellow.
Okay.
Even though I like Pikachu, I just when they came out with yellow, I put so much time in red, I didn't want to start over.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean whenever they came up with yellow? Like, I'm confused now. Like, Instinct wasn't,
Oh,
or are you talking about the main series game?
yeah, on the Game Boy.
Oh,
You
okay,
have,
yeah. Okay, now I'm like, I mean, like, okay, now, yeah. Sorry, I'm like, but yellow was also always an option in Pogo. So you were referring to the main series game. Okay, yeah.
yeah, so then I just stuck with red and never changed.
Red
Um,
Charizard. Yeah, I remember. I had red and blue.
And then we had a question from chat here from Ed. Did you ever take a break from the game?
yes.
Tell us a little bit about it. Why? How long? What do you
Well,
miss?
you hit the nail on the head on my spins. I am almost all my time I'm at work, and I don't have time to play. So when back then, when my buddies were playing, it was so hard to get the starters, and I was grinding to get my first Charizard, and they got the Charizard, got the Gyarados, and I was like, I can't play because I can't do what they do. Can't put any time into the game. So I quit in August.
What year? Oh, that first year?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
very first year I quit.
And like, what? Like, how do you come back? When do you come back? Like, because yeah, continue because that's interesting. So you quit like 2 months after, basically.
Exactly. Because I remember listening to Juice that he mentioned that when you spun a stop, you really didn't get any Pokeballs. You just get potions. And I was like, how I'm gonna catch all these Pokemon to be able to evolve them? It just was it was hard, and I did not want to put no money into the game, none whatsoever. So I tried to do like free to play as much as I can, and you just couldn't really go as far as the other players. So then I chose to quit in August, and then let's go 2 years in 2018.
Whoa! Wait! Wait!
In
Wait! 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 So you're telling me that you quit for a year and 8 months or so,
yeah, oh
and
yeah,
your stats are like that?
oh there's a story behind that.
Keep going, keep going. I'm like, the floor is yours. Just keep going because yeah, this is interesting. He quit for 2 years.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I was surprised on the last cast. I thought he quit because uh, of the stats, but yeah, I quit. And my friend came back from Japan, and he was telling. It was back in 2018 in June. He came back and he was telling me with all this updates that's changed, and he made me download the game again. And when I downloaded the game, I was like, wow, this is completely different from 2016. I'll just play a little bit. So then I was walking more in Savannah, and then I met a good friend of mine, Princess Runamuck. And from then on out, I met the community, and I just then decided it's time to go hard.
Okay, so back to 2018 then. Did you go to that first Go Fest then in Chicago at all?
No, I see. I was ignorant. I was super ignorant on what the game was built on. I just was fond of catching Pokemon and evolving. That was like, that was my thrill ride. Just catching and evolving. That's it.
Okay, so you came back in 2018. You feel a little bit behind because all the stuff that you missed. So when do you hit 40 then? Like, tell us a little bit. Yeah, continue your story because, like, that's interesting. So what level were you whenever you came back? And it's like, how do you turn 40? When do you turn level 40? You remember that?
Oh yes, I totally remember that. So I came back. I think I was level 31. 31 I came back, and I have a screenshot on my phone when I turned 40 on the date and time.
Okay. Do you remember what day was it?
I believe it was July 31st of 2018.
Oh
What?
wow.
Whoa! Back up. So you came back on August. Sorry, on June. At the beginning of June, and you turned 40 by the end of July. So you basically just grinded for like a month and a half, 2 months, and hit 40.
Oh yeah, definite grind. Yeah, I definitely grind because the reason behind that is because I met some players and they were saying, "Hey, you're nobody if you don't have 100,000 catches," and I was like, "Really?" And they go, "Yeah, you got to be somebody to be in the 100,000 mark." So I was like, "Okay, game on." So then we would just raid all day. I'm catching every day, not sleeping, and I'm like super grind.
Juice, keep asking me questions. You need to like help him out, but it's like this is very interesting. This is different than we have heard before.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, just reading chat there for a second. So, did you kind of get stuck into any of the gym battles? Was it mostly raids? Was it just grinding the catches and going out for walking, hatching? Was it that sort of grind? Were you also trying to do the gym takedowns at the same time? And then also on the other side of that, PvP? Yes or no?
Oh my goodness. So I can honestly tell you I'm terrible at hatches. I do not lay eggs. I don't lay eggs. I'm like the worst to come to that. But with everything else, I was super competitive. I enjoy when I see Andres say, "Hey, someone took my gym," because that was me. To when I would walk, someone took the gym. You'll see me do a little 360, and I'm walking back to take it over. Uh, and then for raids, oh my god. So I was always raiding and I enjoyed it, which led me to meet April. And we had like a group that it's like we set a time and it was like work, but this was fun work because we were like going for the hundos because shinies was not a thing during those legendary raids. It was just going for the hundos.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Oh, so here's a fun fact. Years ago, I remember we were sitting by a church. We did a T-Tar raid. And you remember back then, T-Tar, I remember you mentioned T-Tar was like the best dark user. And also, this was after Community Day, so he had Smack, but during the time I raided, he only had Bite. I had the Hundo. And like I mentioned before, with my ignorance, I had no idea. So I'm sitting there like, hey, to get the most candy, I'm pineapping this thing, and he's not staying in. And I'm sitting there, someone looks over my shoulder, and he looks at the CP number, and he goes, Marcus, that's the hundo. And then I'm like, how do you know? He goes, it's the number. And I'm like, what number are we talking about? He goes, look at the number, CP. And I'm like, oh, okay. So again, it's not clicking, so I'm like super relaxed, trying to catch it, and I caught it. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. Whenever you want to show us something, you have your screen on screen.
I believe. Where are you?
40. So it's a little bit lower. It's 3,800 or so. If you have it at 40 or 50.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's up there. It's with Rayquaza.
This is my very first hundo.
Yeah.
August 19th, 2018.
And you were pineapping it, you said.
Yeah, didn't I was like, I'm gonna get some more candies.
Juice, if you allow me to, I've never gotten into this before, but I mean, why don't you max it then?
Oh, 250?
Yeah.
So the reason behind that is because these guys are better.
Yeah.
And
I
I
knew he was
really
gonna say
want a
that.
better stat to invest in. Like that's not good enough for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I knew that was gonna be your answer.
Oh yeah, I'm so waiting for a better IV. Because I have this, and this is my pride and joy, and so far it's like with the raids we've been having, I've been super happy. But this guy right here is my favorite. He's gonna get maxed out.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's gonna get maxed out. I'm
Do you-
almost there.
Do you think you can use it in Masters? I mean, you can use it, but do you think it will be viable to use in Masters at all?
If we get more fairy types, dragons are still overwhelming, but that's why the fairy types might get more into Masters. If they tend to overwhelm, like double charmers, yeah, we might be able to see this thing. But I don't think he's gonna fit, because you see he's only 25, and I don't think he goes any greater. So I think he's just gonna be overwhelmed in Masters.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So speaking of that, what about your rocket grunts? And because you just mentioned you have these shadows and stuff, so if you just showed us the metal and like tell us a little bit how do you feel, and like whenever you play and you get those rockets, do you hit rockets a lot? Because if you want shadows, you...
Oh yes. Thanks for the Thank you. It's a nice brill sprout, eh, bro? But for the rockets, I went hard. I went super hard. I think I was the first in the community to do over 1,000.
Nice.
Ooh.
So 44 to 45. How many days it take to do it? After
I have a screenshot of it. I don't know. I don't know the specific date.
But did you do it in a day? Did you do it in a week? Like how long did it take you to do level 44 to 45?
44 to 45? When
50,
we got
50 liters and 100 rockets.
I think it took a month.
Okay.
I think it took a month.
And what's your medal at for those rockets?
Ooh. So ever since I hit 1,000, I cooled down and didn't really went as hard as I used to, because I used to chase them like I was like the police. What are we looking for? Well, there it is. Found you there. 6,000.
Yeah, casual 6,000. Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. That's quite a bit, Marcus.
Is that good?
Yes, like that is, yeah. I mean, let's not compare yourself with Overthinker, that he never quit and he's just a little bit crazy, but I think average is like 2 to 3 or 4. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like average among the people that play like you. I'm not saying average in like the game or anything. So no, like that is impressive. Yeah, because you had a good collection of things over there.
Thank you.
So what's your we asked briefly if you had gone to GoFest in 2018. Have you ever done any of the in-person events?
Yes. Oh yes.
And which ones?
So I think it was the one for Chicago when they did a lottery ticket, and whoever got selected can invite up to 4 friends, I think it was.
Ooh, yes. Yeah.
Remember that? That
Yes.
was wild. So I put in for the lottery, did not win, and I felt like, okay, that's just everything. I just chance you take. Then this guy won, and he's a friend in the Savannah community, and he asked me if I wanted the ticket, and I was like, "You serious?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna say no." So a good friend of mine in the community invited me to go to Chicago.
Nice.
I was super happy, and
So-
I mean that's what I was
19. Yeah.
always like. That's what Pokemon Go brought, is a real fun, great community. You know, I met April because of that and brought me here. And April is just She's
That's 5 Aprils on this stream in particular. I'm just saying that's the fifth time we hear April. So leave it in the comments if you guys wanna meet April and bring it as a guest. So go ahead. I vote. All right. So GoFest. So that was GoFest 2019.
Yep.
just following your timeline. So this is different. We're actually following like a chronological order over here today. Okay, so 2019 Go Fest. Trying to remember 19 Go Fest. Oh, so yeah, Cresselia raids. I didn't sleep. There were a couple vans that got wrecked. Yeah,
Yes.
we can talk about that another moment. But yes, that year, yeah, I lost my speech that year because I slept like 3 hours in like 5 days, like a combine of 3 hours in like 5 days just because I was grinding so hard. So that was the turning point whenever I started becoming more casual. So 19, yeah, that's fun. But what is so that's your favorite event of all times, the first Go Fest you went to, or do you have like a community day or like a raid boss that you enjoy a lot?
So one of the best, I enjoyed it. The whole atmosphere of GoFest it felt like Disneyland to me. It was like, wow, I can't believe this is happening
Mm-hmm.
in the United States. This is like super, super fun. And then they had people dressed up as Pikachu and Eevee, and I just went nuts. I was like, oh my God, this is so much. I'm a kid again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, Pikachu. It was like, oh, so, being, the age I'm at, I always consider myself as an adult, and I was like, I wanted to hug Pikachu so bad. It's like I wanted to like squeeze him, but then I'm like staring at him, and I'm like, I can't. I'm just gonna look at you and be like, that's cool. I took a picture of it like this, like, yo, dog, I'm by Pikachu, but in my mind, it's like I just want to squeeze this thing.
Mentally freaking out next to the giant Pikachu.
Yeah,
Looking cool, but
yeah. Oh, it's like those moments. So I couldn't imagine it. But then when I'm surrounded with friends, we get to swarm Pikachu. I enjoy it. I love those moments. I will always remember.
Very cool. What's been your favorite community day, and then which one would you like to see come back as a classic?
Ooh. Ooh. For classic, I could tell you right now, I would want Beldum for sure. Beldum. The reason behind that is because Beldum Community Day was my worstest community day.
Ooh.
I think I got 3 shinies and terrible IVs, so it wasn't happy. It was no happy medium. I didn't make a trade. I have it right here. I did make a trade with a friend of mine, which ended up being the best one. There it is, Dark Rose. I traded my friend, Dark Breeder, and this is the best I got during that community day. And I was like, I could settle with this.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's definitely workable.
That's like
for sure.
That's vote number 4 for Beldum out of 5 episodes. Just noting that for the record.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
So if that was your worst, what was your favorite community day of all times? Basically, the one that you say, "Oh my gosh, this was amazing."
Oh man, so I got mixed feelings on that because these new community days are fun because how they're changing it up because they're doing like a community day, then they're doing like so it's funny. Remember how during COVID they extended community day and then everyone complained when they cut it back and then Niantic did something smart. They said, okay, we'll still continue what we're doing, but we'll add an extra 3 hours of you have to raid, then get the spawns, and you still have the same shiny rates. So it's still the 6 hours, but it's influencing you to raid in person.
Yeah. And I also feel like that takes the pressure off of, some of the casual players who are like, all right, hey, I want to go participate in this, but they don't want to feel like they're giving up by okay, I've got other stuff I need to do on Saturday, or I'm just kind of burnt out today. It gives you that option to really say, all right, I'm going to play this section of it. Cool, there's more if I want to go get some more later, but you don't feel obligated to sit there and keep grinding throughout the entire day, at least from my perspective. It seems like is honestly not a terrible thing, you know. And it does get you to raid more. It does get that community there as well, because you can't take him down by yourself. So if you are a solo player, you kind of need that, you know, that one or two people for the average player, you know.
Absolutely. Oh, you get the nail on the head, because we were in Chicago when we did Dino Community Day, and it was a buddy of mine, and we tried to duo a Suelos, and you know he's what 4 times weak to fairy, so this should be an easy duo. We didn't beat it. We didn't beat it.
Yep.
We sat there and stared at each other like, "Are we using the prime counters?" He's like, "Yeah." How are we losing? So you're absolutely right. What Niantic's trying to focus on is to bring the community and have more players interact with each other, which I'm not against. I'm totally for that.
I see it. Yeah, absolutely. Just go right ahead. Like, don't be shy about doing your grunt. I mean, it's not like you have done over 6,000 of them anyway. So don't. No, this is whatever you wanna do, whatever you wanna tell us. So don't even feel like that.
Shadows right there. And so what are your feelings with, you know, kind of piggybacking onto the changes to community days? What are your feelings with the game at the moment, and you know the event schedule, and just kind of how they're pushing schedule, and just sort of that feel right now with the game? What are your feelings on that?
So they're trying to go back to where they're trying to cut out remoting and trying to do more in-person events. So they're doing a lot of new features, which I think is kind of fun, because one of them that I really find fascinating is the research one we just had with Inkay. Because the first one, I believe it was the Granados and Shieldon was the first one, I think it was. I was working. I felt bummed because I was like, I can't. No, wait, the first one was Executor. It was Executor.
Or there was a cat one as well in the middle of right in the middle of the pandemic. I think there was a Catterday research as well. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But that one was like they would it was I think that was more of a special research than an actual like in-person research, but something like that. But anyways, yeah.
Which I strongly think it influenced to where we're at now as far as the research. And I'm surprised, because I think Niantic's trying to hit all happy mediums of the game when it comes to a hatch event, when it comes to research, raids, catching, and I will not lie. During the the Johto event, when they put everything all together, I was out in Chicago winter, freezing my butt off. My this thing died because of the cold weather, and I had to do the battles. So you had to look for these trainers, and it doesn't give you a map to find them. So I'm sitting there freezing, looking for all the fighters, and I'm like, I need to finish this quest before the end of the event. And I finished it, and I was like, oh my god. When I went home, my wife saw me. I was like, the phone was stuck to my hand. She goes, what did you do? I was like, I beat the event.
Piggyback out of that is like, what about how do you feel about the new researches that Niantic has implemented lately, that, you know, they let you choose a path or another? Like, do you think, like, how have you found that beneficial, or is like you're indifferent about it? Like, what's your...
Oh, I love it because every individual has a unique play style, and it best suits the player. It gives them the option versus back in the old days, because I think the best special research till this day is the Mew one. I think Mew is like the best one out of all that we've got, because
which one, the shiny or the non-shiny?
The non-shiny, because remember that back in the day when you had to evolve a Gyarados, and everyone was like, "Where's the Magikarps?
I mean,
Where are the Magikarps?"
yeah. Oh, okay, so the original, I don't remember the actual research for the original Mew, but it's like if you're telling me, yeah, that's
I think I have that one still on the raid invite alt, and you know that's one of the things that's hanging me up on getting that Mew on that account is because it's like I'm not gonna go, you know, I can't go just grind Magikarp anywhere. There's no good spot for that,
See,
you know.
that's it.
I've been dumping rare candy on a Magikarp and walking a Magikarp for the last year trying to get enough candy on it, but you know,
you
it's a
needed
raid
to
invite
you needed
account.
to
It's not
ask
like it's really there.
you needed to ask Overthinker for a Magikarp loan.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
35,000 Magikarp.
I don't remember. It was insane.
It's awesome. I did not know that it was. Is his spirit Pokemon and favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, Gyarados.
Super cool. No, I thought Gyarados, because in the game, I think you had to kick or hit Magikarp to get him to evolve,
Yeah.
and that was like the coolest thing because he was like, that's like the Gyarados is like the special dragon in Japan, like the spirit dragon or something.
Yeah, right there. That's the evolve the Magikarp research. Not that you can see it on the phone, but it is right there.
The one in the middle is the one that's still white. Yep.
Yep. It's like, oh well, so much for that.
That's so funny. So when I finally finished that research, I went to claim the Mew. My game glitched, and I thought I lost my Mew.
Oh no.
Oh, it's like, you know when it has the screen when it just sticks, and you're staring at it going, I have to close the game. Then you're like, I just lost my Mew. So I was like, I didn't want to open the game. I sat there like, what do I do?
Now I remember the Mew research because I was in Indianapolis and it really bugs me because they didn't like it doesn't have the tag. You know the Pokemons that lose their tag for some reason? Like I rushed through it. Like we walked the kilometers. I remember it was like walk this many kilometers, do this many hatches. Like yeah, I remember now the research because I was in Indianapolis doing some raids, helping my friend Zuni get their gold medal for legendary raids. Then later on we got an EX invite. Me and a bunch of friends got an EX invite in Indianapolis. But no, like, yeah, that Mew research, yes, that was fun. Like, it was, you were not timed, but there were hard challenges along the way. Like, the shiny Mew is like, walk, what was it at, 50 kilometers? Juice, anybody remember? How many kilometers was it? It was something, like, ridiculous.
I don't
Was it
actually
50?
remember off the top of my head.
I think it was like 50 kilometers. So... that one, no, but I think both Mews have been like pretty good researches, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, Celebi was fun too. I enjoyed this Celebi because I think it had like the days you had to wait like to spin a stop each day in order to progress.
Yeah.
Then from there, I think Jirachi was like, I think that's when it started to decline because then after Jirachi, it was just easy to get these legendary Pokemons, and it was during Go Fest, so they were quick.
Yep.
So I was like, that the Mew was like the most meaningful one. Now I think they're really kind of slacking of getting these legendary Pokemons because you can get them within that event.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to this, and you better say no. But do you think about stop playing anytime soon? And if so, why?
No, and the reason why is because I still gotta catch them all.
Oh, nice. Juice, let's dive into a little bit of TCG. Let's see if we can get him a little bit rolling into the.
You mentioned that, you know, you're the last one of the original Kanto for the cards. Originally, it took you a while to get that Charizard. Do you still collect the cards? Do you open packs, or are you just, just a trader, or what's kind of your vibe with the TCG stuff?
So with TCG, I quit after I got Charizard because I was like, I had, it was so hard to get the Charizard card, and finally when I got it, I was like, done. And this is before Gen 2. Gen 2 didn't exist back then. And then finally Pokemon created Gen 2 and the cards continued, and I was like, I'm done. And then I still have my 151 cards, and I'm saying 151 because you got the Mew card from watching Mewtwo Strikes Back.
I see.
So I got the Mew from that, which I'm so happy about. And then so I quit. So again, with the Pokemon Go community, how great it is, I met someone that collects TCG, and he was showing me, I think it's called Battlefront. Is Battlefront one of the for Sword and Shield?
Battle Styles.
Battle Styles. He was showing me Battle Styles, and he pulled a full art T-Tar, and I was looking at it going, "Oh, that's really cool." He goes, "Yeah, that's the new cards," and he started giving me like a complete breakdown of what's changed. He goes, "So these cards are no longer made by Wizard. So they're made from Nintendo. They're cards that are being made from them." And he plays competitively, and I was like, oh, okay. He also collects. So then he was telling me about like the different Sword and Shield series, and then I started collecting from Battle Styles. And then I learned about Shiny Fates, so I jumped on Shiny Fates. Then I jumped on Champion's Path. I love Champion's Path. Then I went from Champion's Path, and then I started collecting from the new series on up. My favorite one is this one. I can't believe they did this. The Pokemon Go. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, this is nice. And it's Valor too.
Don't you have like codes inside of that box?
Have what?
Doesn't that set has Pokemon Go codes inside of it?
Oh yes, I'm like I want to open it to get the codes.
That's what I was on. It's like, why is it still like it looks pretty close, like very very close.
You're absolutely right.
Allison Pepper, which I mean, if you guys want to request guests, you have to leave it in the comments below. She said she got the Mystic set. I'm not surprised there.
I didn't
believe she got all the sets.
I didn't get any one of the team sets, but I do have one of the ETBs that we will eventually pop open on stream at some point. So that should be fun.
That link you can also find that in the description below. If you give a follow to Juice. I mean, I always have to give my co-host a big shout out. So
absolutely.
So
and one thing, I need to share this with y'all. This is really cool. So with TCG, when Brilliant Stars came out, there's a comic book store in Chicago, and I made really good friends with them. They're like Marvel DC just fans, and I'm a Marvel DC fan, so we sit there and just chat the room up. And this guy goes, "You only come here to buy Pokemon cards. You don't buy comic books." And I'm like, "Yeah." So then he goes, "Hey, I opened a pack, and you can have it. I don't want it." So I was like, "You sure?" He goes, "Yeah, take it." So he gave it to me, and it has a full art Duskull. And I was like, "Ooh. No, I can't take this." He goes, No, it's yours. Take it. You always buy Pokemon cards, and you always hang out. It's yours." And I was like, "This is the most nicest thing you've done for me," and I still consider myself as a stranger. But that was the most humble thing he's ever done. Is gave me a full art Duskull card, and I was like, "Thank you."
That's really cool.
So we talk about your main medals. we all talk about. But do you want to go into your profile and show us like slowly, the rest of your medals started off from the event ones to see like what they are at? Ooh, 400 friends. Look at him, community guy.
I can't. It's like, oh my god, if we can increase it, I would be so thankful. And Pokemon storage too.
CD Pass? Nice. Tell me about your trip to Liverpool.
So, it was like Savannah. It was exactly like Savannah. Everything was the same. Didn't feel like I left at all.
Alright, just keep scrolling through it, and if there's anything you want to add with any of them, feel free.
Fun fact about this Liverpool, my buddy texted me saying, hey, buy the ticket. Since COVID's hitting, they're going to do it remotely. And I was like, are you sure? He goes, I promise you. So I bought it. And then I'm like, I better not lose my money. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, make an announcement. Lovely. And I was like,
oh my gosh. So who was that friend?
PvP buddy.
Nice.
Me and him were super competitive because he's like I would say like rank 1 in Savannah, and him would go back to forth. We were like complete rotate each other.
Nice early access in Chicago Fest.
Yay! Back in 2019, and then so 40. Liverpool again.
Yeah, Savannah style.
Savannah. And then Global Go Fest 2020. That was like, it was glitchy. I think they had like a lot of issues because you couldn't pull up your friends list, and it was just lackluster.
So Kanto probably Charizard.
Of course. I love it. I got the jersey.
Oh yeah, in the game, yeah.
This Colossal event was memorable for me because I hosted in the community, and I met someone from Malaysia, and she had like 6 accounts, and I was like, who in the world? That was my first time seeing anyone run multiple devices, and I was like, this is insane. But she hung with me, and she thought I was cool, and I felt like I accomplished something. So I met her, and ever since she left, I've never seen her again. We're still friends in the game, but I haven't interacted with her or seen her. So hopefully she comes back. And then the investigation.
Yeah. Let's see, what's next after that?
Then we got this, the illusion.
Verizon? Are you a Verizon customer?
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
I'm just saying because I'm looking at my medals and they're matching up with yours.
Ooh.
Grubhub, okay.
Did you get the Grubhub one?
No, I didn't. Did you pay the $7 for the mist? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's the most expensive medal there is in Pogo.
Very. Oh my god. Niantic. Special weekend.
Yep. Legacy 40.
And then level 40. And then Go Fest 2021. And then the professor card, when you got Professor Dr. Willow's card, which I have a couple of them, so if you guys want them, I can hook you guys up.
Ooh. All right. Giveaway incoming by MrPillow.
2022, a recent event.
Lugia
then-
or Ho-Ho?
Oh, Lugia all the way. So I've never played silver or gold. I mean, all I played was red, and I kid you not, when they came out with Gen 2, I was like, I'm done, because I put so much effort in the TCG, and I'm like, I can't collect anymore. I'm done. So then I stopped everything. I didn't even watch Pokemon no more. But when I started playing Pokemon Go, that's when I was learning about all these Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, it doesn't hurt to watch the series from beginning to end now. I like Willie said, it's kind of fun when you sit down and have like a movie night, or not movie night, show night, something like that.
It's still movie night or it's bench wash night. I don't know, Allison. How do you call it? I know
Is it?
you partake on that kind of activity often. Uh, you know the only reason I picked silver was because I didn't want to catch Glagors. I hate Glagor.
No, why?
Yeah.
Because luck.
I'm not. No, that's a question that I'm not going to answer. Oh, like he was talking about in the whenever you Ben watch shows, like how do you call that? It's not movie night. What is it like? Does it have a like? What is the
April,
equivalent?
do you know what it is?
April knows the story, yes,
April,
and she's not
tell
going
us.
to. No, keep going. Keep scrolling.
Okay. It'll be a behind the scenes story.
Ooh, another. Ooh,
Netflix and chill. That's what it's called.
I don't have that one.
He's no light partner research.
That's recently. Recently.
Yeah, I have to ask my brother-in-law for that.
Yeah, that's recently.
All right. Tumblr exercise. Oh, that's the Stardust one.
Yeah. And then 67. I'm not at 69, sadly.
72 is the normal one, I think, without the ones that you can get. I don't know, Debbie, you still in chat? How many do you have?
69.
I think it's
No.
72.
72 is the top without like because I think they get a special ones on the Golf Fest. I think Debbie is a little bit higher than 72.
Oh, okay.
I think that like Mexico or whatever, some of them
Yeah,
you
72.
got an extra one. I think, and then let's keep going with the medals. That it's gonna get interesting. I suppose. Ooh, yeah, I still don't have that plat.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is my walking feet.
Yeah.
And of course, Dejato. Oh,
Yeah.
Kenta. Ooh.
Ooh.
Collector.
Yeah.
Scientist.
Yeah.
I evolved quite a bit. See my egg hatches? They're awful.
They're okay.
That's not
They're
bad.
okay.
That's
That's
okay.
not bad, especially when you look at how much you've walked. That's not bad, to be honest.
Oh, 69 medals. Yeah, hey, bro. That's right. Don't be jelly. I'm not jelly. I'm happy. 69 is a happy number. 85 on the spins.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Seeker. So, is that?
Unique
it's
stops. That's
unique stuff. That's not bad.
depends on where you depends on where you travel. I'm at 8,046. I don't know when Niantic start counting. Yeah. That's the main issue with some of these medals. Like you don't know when Niantic decided to start counting your thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
This, I hit it when I went to Chicago. So, I was like, thank God.
Yep.
Battle
Alright.
Girl. That pretty good.
It's all right.
Sassy.
Have you ever had a Pokemon stranded at a gym, or
Yeah.
Stuck it, or do you still have one stuck in a gym anywhere?
Nope, it came back. I don't know how, but it came back. And
What was the longest time it got stuck?
So I think it was C Sizzle and April and we raided so hard that we would go in areas to get the raids, but the gyms are secluded. So there was this one gym, and we drove there, and we stuck our Pokemons in. I put my shiny Bayonet in there, and I was like, okay, I'll come back. It didn't come back. I think I hit gold on the gym because it sat there for so long, and I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get my shiny back. And I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So then, randomly, it came back, and I was like, who in the world took over that gym? They can have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open a parenthesis real quick. Spoiler alert for Sightseeing Batch by Ed. He's at 21,535 spins or different stops. So that's just a parenthesis there. So if you guys want to watch that, that should be episode 16 of season 1. So so let's see. Keep going to see what's after Batter Girl. Ooh, Bubble Strat or like battling the leaders? That's actually a question.
Oh, that's super simple. So during the towers, my strongest Pokemon in 2016 was Pidgeot.
Okay. So you actually like, okay, so you grinded back then. Okay, nice.
Yeah, Pidgeot was my strongest, and I would put it in gyms, and I was like, I think I did maybe 100.
Nice.
Then I quit, and then when I came back, everything changed. It was like a whole new world. And I was like, what in the world's happening here? Why are the gyms different? Then I realized, I guess Ace Trainer, you can't do anything. Because remember back then, you were just gonna be bronze forever. Because it was like, if you didn't do it during the tower event, you were just not gonna get it.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, Niantic's like, well, everybody, let's go ahead and try to integrate something so they can get platinum on that medal. And I was like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna put them as actually fighting trainers. And you're like, okay, that works. So then I grinded.
I was so mad whenever they brought that back. It was so like I had like I don't know, I had like 1,000 or something, 1,700 or something like that, and then they're like they let everybody else that didn't have it, like even silver, like keep going. I was like, darn it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a legacy badge.
I know how you. Because for me, I was accepting the bronze. I was like, I'm all right. It's fine. It's just gonna sit there and incubate. And then all of a sudden, when they came back with it, I was like, I'm gonna go full grind before they take this away. Because if they take it away, at least I'll be gold.
What about rats? How's your rat game?
Oh my god! So my Pikachu's.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Ooh, there you go.
4, 4, 4, 3.
You need to catch one more.
Nice.
Catch one more and leave it. Don't ever touch it after that.
Boy, those events when Pikachu comes out. Oh my god. Oh, that's the
Alright.
champion.
What's your feeling on Pokemon wearing hats or scarves or costumed Pokemon? What's your feeling on that?
So, I love it. I really do love it because it builds character. But I will say, there is another game called Pokemon United. They do exactly the same thing as costumes, but they do a much better job. It's like going to a fashion show in France versus just going to the Gap and putting on a hat for Pokemon Go. It's like, oh my god! It's like, why would you do that? You should. I mean, Pokemon Go has changed. Like this last Pikachu costume event was nice. It had the full attire, which was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt bad for Snorlax because he looked like he was naked just with that cowboy hat.
He at least needed some short shorts or something, to go with his cowboy hat. Or are we looking for jeans and a pearl snap on Snorlax?
I was thinking cowboy boots. Cowboy boots.
Cowboy boots and some chaps. There you go.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And you turn them around, and it has like the see-through.
All right. So berry master. So you toss your berries away.
Oh yeah. Oh, I defend. Totally defend.
Nice.
Then my research. 8,000. I'm almost over 9,000.
Mr. Popular, how many best friends? Or yeah, dude. Okay.
126.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm still. Oh my god, it's like with the 400 friends. I'm so close to making more best friends, but I've been awful with gifts. I'm sorry, everyone. I will promise I'll be a better Santa Claus.
So is this or are all these traits with April?
Mm, April and we rated. I'm like, I don't trade a lot. I mean, it's usually friends that want to trade with me, so I'm like, okay. But for me, I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't say anything. But now, since we're grinding for PvP, I'm kind of like, hey, you want to trade? So then I'm trading with other players that PvP so we can get like the stats we're looking for.
Reroll IVs for sure.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
what about distance? Is probably like what? Yeah, 12 mil.
I know. I with the privilege of remote raids, that helped a lot.
PvP time, right? Those are
Oh
plat.
yeah.
Holy cow.
What, is that good?
I mean that's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Yeah. What's your favorite or your preferred league as far as GBL?
So we hit the nail on the head when we talked about dragon typing. Altaria was my favorite until someone, because I was dumbfounded because I didn't understand typing, and someone was using an Azumarill way back in the beginning of Go Battle League, and I'm thinking like my Altaria is gonna destroy this thing, so I'm doing Dragon Breath and it's not doing any chip damage, and I'm like, how is this thing surviving my Super Dragon? And then come to find out, the Fairy typing resists Dragon, and that's when math came in, and I started realizing the answers to my problem.
Yeah.
Then I realized how meta Azumarill was. Someone was using it in the very beginning, and I never knew how valuable that Pokemon was, which then became my all-time favorite. I like Azumarill.
So just back to the elite collector. Our friend Debbie, she's at 76. So
Wow.
I know that there were some extra ones out there. So yeah, she's at 76.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
So let's keep going with Ultra League.
All right, ready? About to do the swipe out there. Wow. Okay. Ultra. That's not Ultra. That's Ultra. There we go.
Nice. You're ahead of me on that one too.
I'm not a fan of Ultra League.
I'm okay. I mean, I'm on the fence about it. What about Masters?
Masters is 1136. So where I really liked Masters was the level 40 back then, when they didn't like. I think y'all hit the nail on the head when there wasn't like a much of picking you could choose. So like there was no origin guarantee, that was just altered, and I liked altered a lot. Who else wasn't really valuable back then? Togekiss was in there.
Yeah.
When Ancient Power was broken, because you used it on Altered Guarantina Ancient Power, because that was super broken. Who else was really valuable? Deoxys. No, not Deoxys. Dialga. Dialga was like the best.
Dialga.
Dialga. It
Okay.
was like super good. It was like really hard to beat.
Okay, let's keep going. Keep going. This is
Look at
actually
that.
interesting.
Snapshots.
Wow.
There were-
Any shiny whatever the dog is. Shoot, I can't remember his name now.
Smeagol.
Smeagol?
Yeah,
Smeargle.
Smeargle. That one.
I have one shiny. Yeah, only have one. I grinded so hard, and I got it at the very end. The very end.
Very nice.
So, excuse me again. But that 910, he did some events. On 2019, he took a lot of pictures.
Oh, yeah.
In Chicago, you could go more than so many. So you could go like 100 a day or something like that. So for 4 days, you can get like 100 each day.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I grinded that. Oh, I totally grinded. During the snapshot events, I grinded because I was like, I wanted to have the highest number.
So, Allison is asking, was it your shiny from the first or second round of Smeargle?
Was the first round. First round, very end.
All right. So, hero. You can be my hero.
Baby.
Oh God, you're one of those.
What's wrong with
Most
Purifying?
respects. No, that's a lot of wasted Stardust in my opinion, but prize for you. Like that's just yeah.
Saving the Pokemon's life.
I mean, if you scroll over, if you did 6,000 of them, of course you were gonna save 1,100. I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, every time I battle, I usually free them and then I transfer them.
Yeah, like that's why I say keep going, because the next one is like 6,152, of course. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
3 athlete, that's probably okay. 242.
I think I messed up one time when I had to do the whole thing over again, and I was real bummed.
Oh yeah, no, I miss a day here or there on occasion, and then disappear for weeks at a time. And
Rising Star, come on, show me like 350 or something.
Oh no, 270.
Nice.
wow,
What's the highest from Twitch chat? Can somebody tell me what the Rising Star is? Because that one I really don't know.
Should be 3 something. Should be 3 something because everything's been like recycled so far. So
Next
281? No, it has to be higher than that, Ed.
I think it's
higher.
I have 332, so it has to be like 350, 340 or something, because I know I haven't done them all. Do you see?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, it's a good number.
I think that's close to 378. So anybody has more than 378? So what is your Rising Star duo? Like, do you get those little medals? Because sometimes I feel like I get cheated from them.
No, I do. I do a lot.
I don't. I'm at 12,981, and I feel like we have done like about I probably have done a little bit more raids, but I don't feel like I get rewarded.
Oh man, Niantic, how dare they?
So, Peakener, how much have you held the community with?
Ready?
Ooh, you don't have that one. Okay, so Cesar, nice. That's a nice number for that one. Keep going. It's just interesting because some of your badges that you don't have. Oh, this is the one that I'm talking about. This is the one from the one that you get the reward from. Yeah, this is the one that I'm salty about. Yes, you have more than me because I don't get them. These are the prices, like like if you get Final Strike, if you get like Harris Hitter, that's the badge.
What?
Yeah.
So it's an achievement badge?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So that's why it pissed me off, because it's like, oh yeah, I didn't get one. I do like 10 raids and I get 2, something like that. Like, yeah, it's like
You got to change up your look more often. Then you can end up with
The fashion.
Savant, man. Come on, it's all about the style savant.
Yeah, because me and my pink outfit, I always win the style.
All right, so let's keep going and see what else.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Hiya! Oh, that's my fish.
Nice.
I am not a fisherman.
That's a lot of big Magikarp still.
Yeah.
I need to hang out with Overseeker.
Thinker.
Overthinker. Hey, all right. What about when are we getting Kecleon? So scroll to the next one.
Hiya!
Oh, sorry. Dang, they're all sync. Yeah.
That's still a lot of rats.
Okay.
A lot of rats.
So when are we getting Kecleon?
Next.
Next batch. That's why I'm saying that.
That should be
Oh,
unknown.
sorry. God. Oh, never mind. Which ones are you missing?
I am missing Q, and I'm about to get these trades, so I'm gonna get these 2. I'm gonna finish this badge. I already got them assigned. So Q, I know for a fact, and I'm missing
Question mark?
Z.
Oh, okay.
So you know how I got the question mark? So I got in a van, and Kelly.
Yeah.
We were in there. I caught a shiny female Nidoran, and she was like, "Oh, I don't have one." I said, "Well, this is me, and this is just honestly me." I said, "Well, I have 2. You can have this one." She goes, "Oh, what do you want for it?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm like, "If you want it, you want it. Yours." She goes, "Oh, you're so nice. Here, I'll give you this instead. Do you have an unknown?" I said, no, I don't have a single unknown. So my very first unknown was the question mark from Kelly.
Wow.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
No, because that's like
first
crazy.
unknown.
That's crazy because like that might have been my last one. Yeah, that's actually pretty quick. Yeah, very very sweet.
I know. And then she was happy because I gave her her first shiny Nidoran.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, I don't care. You can have it.
Not gonna guess anymore. Let's scroll over.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah,
We're
this
getting
is it.
Kecleon. Let's go.
We're gonna get Caterpie with a cowboy hat before we get Kecleon. I'm just saying.
Oh god. What
I
about
hope
you?
not.
What about you, Nova?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm just checking how many I haven't evolved. I usually just wait for a hundo before I evolve. That's kind of one of my personal goals. So it's kind of like keep it interesting. So I don't evolve stuff unless it's a hundo. So basically, so most of the time.
Yeah, same.
It really pissed me off whenever Niantic is like, "Hey, evolve this particular Pokemon." I was like, "But, like, I don't wanna."
Yeah, it's like I want to hold the candies for something more valuable. I'm not just gonna evolve this 62 IV. It's like why? I mean, get the Pokedex entry. Yeah, I get it, but still, I want more of a hundo. So I'm the same way. I seek the hundos.
All right, so Kalos. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Tell me how close I am. I'm almost there. Ooh.
Nice. That's a community day. 3-4 instances in a big city.
This Sunday.
Sorry. Lures.
This
Sunday.
Sunday.
Ooh, during raid day. Yeah, during raid day.
Today
That's
during
another good one.
Clefairy. Oh, we left a secret out. Clefairy.
Oh, that's today.
That's tonight. Yeah,
Yeah,
Clefairy's tonight.
That's tonight.
Oh my god, it's tonight.
Tonight.
That could be good. For sure.
Ooh, 13. Interesting. Do you have one or two stacks? You have 2 stack or 3
Yes.
stack?
I have. What? I think. Hold on. I'll look at it later. I think I might have 3.
Yeah, just go. Just let's finish up the badges and see that because that's interesting. You might have 3 stack.
Yeah, I got 3. I'm waiting for a better shadow.
Yeah. So
Then
how many? Okay.
39. Working
Yeah.
on that. Some friends of mine said you can like switch out. Like I think there's a limit to how many you could switch.
20 times a day.
That's just I don't focus too much on that.
That's a lot of work. Switching out and doing everything, and then jamming it again and jamming it again.
I'm just doing my Master League ones. I really don't. Yeah, it's just annoying for me. And then the
Yeah,
game glitch and I have to restart. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Yeah, that's Alolan, Galarian. Like, just keep scrolling. These are newish and they're not. Yep.
Hey, I believe everyone's at 22 on this one. Everyone. I bet you're all at 22.
No, not really, because if I haven't evolved one, we're not at 22.
Oh wait, it's 23. I forgot.
No, that's what I said. I don't think I have evolved Kangaskhan. I'm still at 22, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we can ask Allison. Allison, where are you at in the Mega Guru? Because she might have evolved them all.
I believe 23. 23. It's gotta be 23.
All right, next one.
Yeah. 1.
Oh. Okay.
23.
Yeah.
Ed's at 23.
Yeah, Ed is like 23. All right, what else? What else you got there? 23. I'm at 22. I know I have evolved all the Hundos. I haven't evolved the Kangaskhan because I don't have one. All right, jump out and go into your typing medals and just go through those like really fast, just so you can showcase them for.
All right, so this is weird. Normal's the most out of all. I think that's it for everyone.
Not necessarily. It depends on your biome.
That's so weird. Yeah, normal's the highest for me.
Yeah.
So fighting's okay. Flying is decent. And then poison is ground is rocks is bug is okay.
That's not bad.
Ghost is I was like, I don't know why. I need to go harder.
Go harder during October.
Halloween, yeah, October.
Yes. And my God, steel's awful. I need to get that extra. My fire is weak. My water's stronger. Why?
Yep.
There's more water events.
Yeah.
That is true.
You know, grind those Meltan boxes. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the thing I've been lacking on. Terrible.
And those, pro tip, still have the one spawn a minute even when sitting still. So if you're sitting there just trying to grind catches or Stardust, pop a Melton box. That's still the easiest one.
I didn't
Juice,
know
that's
that.
very well. I thought they
Hey,
changed it. Like
don't tell Niantic. They probably don't know. They probably forgot about it.
Whoops, it's stricken from the record.
Hey, let's
But yeah,
let's
pro tip,
just
everybody.
cut that part out. Yeah. Like electric. Okay, psychic. Okay.
Sidekick is not bad. I mean, with all the Mewtwo's looking for that hundo. Ice is weak. That's probably my weakest one.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
It depends where you play. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, my dragon takes it. Yeah, dragon takes it. Oh my God, I thought I did good for the dragons.
I'm almost at 12,000 for dragons. Dragons is my favorite type.
Dragon, yeah.
I mean, I have done about 1,800 Rayquaza raids, so might as well, you know.
Yes.
God
Oh,
bless.
Rayquaza is super cool. You know, hey, I got something to show you, Andres. You want to see it?
Sure.
All right,
But
check it
but
out.
let's okay. Oh, you have it. Yeah, I know what it is too.
What is it?
It's the little Rayquaza, the shiny Rayquaza that is like the little thingy, like yeah.
It's
Not shiny, but yeah, the little yeah.
That's a nice little statue there.
Oh, I love
Would that
this.
be a figurine statue? I'm not really sure.
Yes.
What we'd call that.
I was buying TG cards, and I saw this thing, and I was like, I felt like a little kid. I was like, I want it. So I bought it. So it's there with me. Fairy types is niche,
That's it.
and that's it. Sorry, fairies.
How many what is it called? Radars do you have tagged up? Before we forget.
Oh, look at that Rayquaza. That's super cool.
Allison.
Rayquaza has a hat.
30
Rayquaza
seconds
has a
for
hat.
you.
Rayquaza.
Since I feel
no,
like
two.
she has been here the whole time. 2, okay. I
Yeah,
have
I got
one
it.
stack and I was at 15, so that's why I thought that you might have 3.
I do share this with you though. This is my pride and joy. Let's see, ready? 1, 2, 3. Boop. These are my 2016 Pokemon, and I still have my very first Pikachu I caught.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yes. Yeah. See? That is the coolest. I remember I was the coolest because Pikachus didn't spawn. And when I caught this, everyone was like, "You got a Pikachu?" And I was like, "I got a Pikachu."
12,000 Stardust. That's pretty good looking over there too.
It's fine. Oh, so remember how we needed to do the level 50 research?
Mm-hmm.
This is also my pride and joy. My level 50 shiny with Surf, and it has Wild.
Very nice.
I have a level 50 Pichu.
Ooh.
Best buddy.
Costume?
Huh? No,
Costume?
not shiny. Huh? Sorry, I couldn't copy that. What did you say?
Oh, wait, does it have a costume like any of the hats?
Yeah, it has a party hat.
Dude, check this out. I think this is so funny. I named it after a friend of mine. If I could spell his name. Wait, could have sworn. Wait, why am I spelling it wrong? Oh, that is so weird. Sorry if you're watching, I'm spelling your name wrong. Let's see, where are you? You should be somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Oh, because I have the star. I was okay. Yeah, this is my Carlton. Oh, this is so funny.
Shinies with hats. Gotta love it.
Yeah, he
That
was
one is a
like,
difficult one for anybody else watching in chat. That was a difficult shiny to get. That was like a 24 to 36 hour event.
yeah. It was,
I remember I was in Kansas City with actually Prodigy Nation, and he went crazy about it. Like I wanted this like because it was a Mewtwo raid. It was Mewtwo raids and this together, and he went on for like I don't know, like he slept like 2 hours at night. He didn't get any. I went out with him and I played for like 2.5 hours and I got 3. So it's like
you
I have 3 of those. I had 3. I traded 1 away, but yeah, I had 3, and it was just like he was so mad. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's like I'm like, whenever I got this, I was like shiny. Like I didn't even celebrate it anymore because he was just like. Then I went back to the hotel and he kept grinding for another like 5 hours or something, and he didn't get any.
That's
Any Shundos in there? Since we're looking at some at the costume shinies here, any Shundo action?
so one. I was gonna type in Shundo. Oh man,
4 star,
that's so
buddy.
funny.
4 star.
Or Shondos? Any Nundos that are shiny?
So this is funny. I'm about to power this up to level 50.
Ooh.
Nice.
Almost
First,
there.
first max Pokemon on the podcast.
Oh no, not even there yet. I'm missing 5. You know what? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean now you have
Ooh,
to.
Is he gonna do it? He's
I
gonna
mean
do
now
it.
we have to. Like I mean I just
There we go.
first max Pokemon on stream by a guest and you know
Wait,
on the
is that a
podcast in
glitch,
general.
Chelsea?
That was a glitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's done.
So 3
Let me see.
Shundos. Those are interesting.
Yeah, it's a glitch. I can't believe it. First glitch.
There we go.
Error.
There's the error. Yep.
Error 1. There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, so this is maxed out. This is what I used against Swellos. Pretty good. Then this is my other one maxed out. Level 50 for my Mega. It's already a tier 3.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Piggyback out of that. What about Hondo legendaries because or mythical legendaries because those are since you raid a lot.
Ooh, you just reminded me. You know how I got this B-Drill?
No.
So I was with April during this community day. I was with
Okay.
April, and she was driving us, and while we were hunting, we were just catching. Someone on the server said, "Hey, there's a hundo over by this hotel," and April's like, "Hey, we're gonna go drive to this hundo." So she's familiar with the wafus. She knows all the sayings and everything. I'm sitting there like complete like a child, and like just like, okay, we can go. So then we get there. She goes, hopefully someone gets the shundo, and I'm like, I don't know what a shundo is, but I want to click on it, and then I click on it. And I go, hey, mine's shiny.
Oh god.
I go, mine is shiny. She goes, oh, you got the shundo, and I'm like, Shundo? She goes, no, it's a shiny and it's a hundo. It's a shundo. And I was like, oh, I get it. And then they told me to max it out. I said, no, it's not good for anything. And then
Megas
Mega
came out.
comes out.
So what about those Hondo legendaries and mythicals? Like how many do you have of those?
Okay, no shiny mythicals that are hundos. But
Yeah, that's just our friend Debbie, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, like damn.
damn it. That's it? Alright, so I have 36.
All right. That doesn't include the mythicals there, but do you have a Melmetal? Do you have any of the legend Lake Trio? Deoxys?
Yeah, actually. So this don't include. Yeah, I have.
You have to do force. Take away the legendary, the preset tag, and then you do. Actually, you do before the 4-star. No, before it. You do mythical, legendary, mythical, legendary, and 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Wow.
Oh.
You're missing an eye.
It's the eye
The
mythical.
eye of the tiger. No, back. After the TH.
Oh, after the THT. There we go, like that. Okay.
Comma.
Huh.
Legendary.
And 4-star?
And 4-star.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, there we go. 42.
Quick scroll through those will be nice. Yeah, 2 requests. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, man. I wish you had IC.
Oh my god! What
What?
was that curse? You have 3 Kairos?
Yeah, I got Kairos.
Oh god!
Yeah.
Hey, what drive is that Genesec?
That Genesec is normal.
I'm gonna regret asking this question. How many Mesprit raids have you done? No, go look at the decks because you have a Honda right there.
76. You did a lot. You did a lot. I think you're in the 400s.
339.
Ooh.
The Honda
Yeah.
was at rate 331.
Yeah, that was incredible. That's incredible. But bro, I gotta tell you, like this is Joe from Australia. I mean, this is, look how many Mewtwo's, and that's the hundo it took for me to get the Mewtwo. I don't know why my odds are terrible, but it was awful.
I'm gonna piss everybody off. Hundo, armored Mewtwo, 1 raid.
Oh.
I have 200% armor Mewtwo's, but I have done a lot of Mewtwo's.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. I think my Rayquaza's, is the most legendary raids I've done. Nope, it's not. Mewtwo so far takes over. Oh, I did more.
Mewtwo's my number 2 with 1,751. The only one that I have more of is Rayquaza with probably 1,781. So it's just a difference of 30 raids. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Before everybody gets bored, let's start wrapping up. Anything else you want to tell us, Mr. Pillow? Like, where can we find you? What's your journey? What's your goals that you have left? Anything that comes to mind? And chat, if you have any other question. No, Pillow, your screen.
Yeah, sorry. It came back. It should come back, right?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's weird. Okay, going back.
Again, this is live, and this is how we take it. No cuts.
There we go. We are back online.
Perfect.
Should be good. Yeah, excellent day. That was weird. I set the phone down and said, boop.
So, yeah, anything you want to tell us?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this game has brought me to everyone. April introduced me to you. You are able to create this great atmosphere to where we're able to explore and learn about each other and have this more great of adventure. And I'm super pleased by it. So to hear everyone's story is always heart-filling and encouraging. So I plan to incorporate that into the game to help encourage others and have fun in what the game is meant to be built on. Yeah, it's either PvP, raids, catching, research. The game has a mass range of things of what you want to pick your interest in, and I deeply enjoy that. Yep. April has, I will say, she's molded me. Because when I played with the community, it was like casual, and when I met April, she was like super waifu. It was like going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
In a Dragon Ball Z reference. And I've met you, and then there
Is
was
that
a standard. So then I mean, you see my my stats. Did everything I
is that
can.
shiny? I'm sorry. Like I'm just looking at that. Yeah. Oop, it is
Oh,
gone.
then it
Never
just,
mind.
yeah, it just went bye.
I was just like, I can be shiny. Sorry, like I'm always like getting excited whenever I watch streamers, and this is just fun fact. I watch streamers, and it's like they have like 15 spawn around them. Like that's so much Stardust that you're wasting right there. Like that's just like 100 to 125 each. Like just catch it. But it's like yeah, like
Oh, there
I
it is. It's not shiny.
so.
Oh, by the way, Kelly, she's like, Kelly is she motivates me to go above and beyond. So, of course, her XP is higher than mine, and I'm trying everything in my power to gain the most XP so I can have, per se, the most experience. So I'm grinding right now to get that XP.
Nice.
And I think that's fun because being level 50, you're at the pinnacle right now until Niantic decides to raise the bar. And I think the only thing you can really grind for is the XP. So that's just another way of like having another uh, game to where who can be the highest.
Nice. So, Juice, anything else from you?
No, I don't think so. I appreciate
as in like, ask him something because I forgot about something that I need to take care of right now.
Fair enough. We let's see. I think we pretty much covered everything, but definitely, Pillow. Thank you for coming out, sharing your story with us, and kind of taking us through your gameplay. So you've got your XP grind. We talked briefly about PvP, but have you ever made Legend?
Yes, I made Legend the very first season. I was very happy about that because again, it's so funny because I didn't know you can get a pose, and I was like, you get a pose, so I grinded super hard. I got it, and then the second season came out. I grinded again, got it, and then when the seasons kept continuing, my workload got more overwhelming to where I just can't battle because of my work schedule. So then I've been skipping Go Battle Leagues and more focused with my career, and it's still like that. So it's like if I can play, I can play. Oh, I did it again. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
It's all right. As we wrap up, Juice, to spin it off, you wanna wrap up for us? Let's just see. Let's switch it up.
Oh, again, Mr. Pillow, thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. Chat, everybody, thank you for your questions while we've been doing this. This, again, was episode number 5 of my PoGo Journeys, the podcast. And don't forget to follow us on Twitch. Everybody's social handles will be down there eventually. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe on the YouTube video. Any little comment will do. Drop your favorite emoji, drop a question mark, drop a question. Treat it as an AMA, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
I'm just gonna add something. Request that April come to the podcast in the comments below.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I was keeping track of it, and it was like the name April was dropped in this conversation like 25 to 35 times. So if anybody wanna count it and drop it in the comments below, greatly appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys, and I like that outro a lot. So. Thank you, everybody, and see you guys in the next one. AKA, thank you, Ed, for that phrase.